right, everybody, do not adjust your monitors. There are two of me. I haven't heard from Puddin'. I don't know what's going on with him. I hope he's okay. But I'm going to guess since I didn't hear from him yesterday, I'm not going to see him today either. So for now, you have Zathception, everybody. Guys, today is the grand finals for both EU and NA, the King of the Sea Trident trials. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's the first time that they've put all this stuff together. We got about a couple minutes before the start of our game, our first game. These are going to be best of 3 matches, and I need to enter that information into my stream helper. So many last minute things popping up today, guys. It's been absolutely wild. Let me just say that. So here's what we're looking at for today. You can see the bracket there. It might be a little bit hard to read. Sorry about that. Yesterday we saw the first few games going through on EU. There were so many teams that signed up on EU that they had 4 different groups with, like, I don't know, 9 or 10, 8 to 10 teams each. Quite a few people. And so because they only have room in the bracket for 8 teams, only the top 2 teams from each group managed to move on to today. So that's pretty wild. That is pretty wild. I'm just entering in some of the information here about the ships and the bands and all that kind of stuff. And teams are already getting started. So let me put the best of 3 screen up here. And you can see the plan is to go to the Fado Islands, followed by Riposte, followed by Neighbors. I have no idea why the maps are so wonky. I don't have time to fix it. It is what it is. Let's just go ahead and get into the game, shall we? Bam. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first look at the King of the Sea finals. The playoffs have begun. These are the, quarterfinals over on EU, and we are looking at JOBLS and RNAME. I didn't get a chance to introduce the teams to you guys. Don't worry about that. We'll do that in the break in between. So some heads up, some reminders for you guys. Banned ships in this for this series are Gdansk, Schlieffen, Smolensk, and Conqueror. As a reminder, this is a 5-minute delay. If you see any problems, please say something sooner rather than later so that I can try to get it fixed for you. All right, so JOBLS is bringing a couple of Kleber tournament editions, both special commanders manning them. We've got a Cincinnati manned Napoli with some secondaries. It's odd that you wouldn't take Pack a Punch if you're going to build out the secondary. Okay. And a couple of tournament edition Odins set up for, mostly the same kind of idea. Maybe. And then finally a St. Vincent. They bring brick. On the other side of the map, we've got RNAME. And RNAME has 2 Klebers, tournament editions, of course. They're quite strong yesterday. We'll talk about them in a bit. A San Martin and 2 Odin tournament editions. Now, these 2 Odins are choosing to not run secondaries, instead opting more for your traditional kind of main battery, tanky kind of thing. And then finally, we have a Sicilia with Furious. It's a Furious pasta boat, everyone. Wild. All right, well, let's back on off here and kind of watch the thing go through. Couple of notes. If you missed yesterday, let's talk a little bit about these tournament edition ships. They play extremely different from what you're used to. This is a Kleber tournament edition. Normal Kleber doesn't have this, all right? This is basically main battery reload booster, but you need to get a certain number of hits to charge it up. I haven't really seen many teams able to actually do that. The big story for them really is their 12-kilometer range torpedoes. Instead of 8, it is 12. They also get a torpedo reload booster. They have a choice between exhaust smoke and repair party. It's a short duration exhaust smoke, but it does allow you to disengage. Repair party, yesterday we saw more people favoring. Hydroacoustic search gives you the detection of 7 kilometers, and the this ship itself, the concealment is 6.7 kilometer. Therefore, it can stealth hydro. If it gets detected, it can pop the hydro and see what's detecting it, which is what happened over here while I was talking about all that. RNAME manages to take their 2 Clipper tournament editions, go into the sea cap, grab it, and, well, they have it. All right, anyway, sorry, just had to catch up with chat for a sec. With a 5-minute delay, it's a little bit challenging. Yeah, just a little bit. Ooh, big fight going on over on the 9 line, whatever. Millions set up with his Odin Tournament Edition, ready to go. Now, yesterday we saw both kinds of builds for the Odins. We saw secondary builds, and then we saw more main gun builds, and I think the way to go with the Odin Tournament Editions is really more like a super tank. If we have a lull in this battle, I'll try to explain to you all why that is the case. Uh-oh, Yoshizawa Sumair is burning. Nope. Managed to get the DCP off, so he will survive in that ship. But it's absolutely redonkulous what is going on over here with these boats. Over on the other side, we've got Dutch and the Napoli kind of squaring off against each other. Both ships are meant to be kind of hideaway anchor ships, you know, to stall the enemy push. So both of them are trying to stall a non-existent enemy push over on their flank, which is quite interesting. Another big story is the Cecilia coming through and punching out the St. Vincent. 33,700 damage done to the St. Vincent so far by Dead D7's Cecilia. Will he get the reload in time? Looks like the answer is no. Now, Yoshizawa, you might notice, is a little bit healthier than he was before. That's because he took the heal on his Kleber Tournament Edition. Now, I don't have time to really show you guys, walk you guys through the specialties about the Odin Tournament Edition, so we'll do that at the start of the next battle, because I'm pretty darn sure we're going to see lots of Odins today, and lots of Kleber Tournament Editions for that matter as well. All 3 caps now belonging to RNAME. Remember, this is a best of 3, so we are guaranteed at least one more battle in this matchup. If it does go 2-0, I will do my bestest to find you all a game 3 someplace else. What do you know? Torpedoes fired on the outside of this island. I am sure Chisasa Inventing's Napoli is going to be completely caught off guard by this. Unfortunately, nothing the jobless Napoli can do about this situation, but just take the 2 torpedoes. And, you know, Cecilia shooting at you in the face. The jobless do finally grab the sea cap. They rotated the bulk of their forces to do so. Napoli fighting back with torpedoes of her own, saying, that's fine. But smokes up, makes inky. Must have fired the main battery for a sec, or maybe it's on San Martin radar. Nope, fired the main battery. That's smoke fire penalty. So Napoli about to get robocopped.
The enemy is about to win.
Ta-da! Get on back to the other side, see what's going on over here. Million coming under quite a bit of withering fire. This is why I think the tank build is best for this boat. because you only get by default 2 heals, and they are super heals. For that matter. Oof. Million goes down. We are tied up on ship kills now. By the way, in this tournament, only 1 battleship is allowed. Do not adjust your screens, though. Yes, the Odin is considered a battleship in World of Warships. Yes, the Odin Tournament Edition has a battleship icon on it. No, it is not considered a battleship in this tournament. Wah, wah, wah. Apparently, the Odin Tournament Edition is considered a cruiser, which does allow for most teams to be able to field essentially 3 battleships and 4 destroyers. Or, well, and 3 destroyers, if they so choose. Sounds like ranked battles all over again, huh? PCH 29 St. Vincent continuing to just get clobbered. He has received 154,000 damage. Only done 46,000 damage to a couple of Odins. And a little bit to a Kleber TE. Speaking of TE, Yoshi detected by Dutch Elephant's San Martin radar. And St. Vincent finally goes down to the Cecilia, who was the winner of Clyde Plays Live's Golden Barnacle Awards. Was that last year's, I believe? I believe it was last year's that I... Yes, I think it was last year that I did that one, that category. Anyway, Yoshi continuing to fire because, I don't know, he wants to die? He could easily go dark right now. He's choosing not to. And he's allowing Dutch Elephant to possibly charge up his funny button. Remember, the San Martin's funny button gets charged up with continuous hits. After a certain number of hits, he's got the ability to press the F key and get all of his consumables back. Quicker. Like magic. All that going on. Keep an eye on the time, y'all. Team Bravo wins on points. And we are denied a death pick for the beginning of our stream. Sag. So Rename, Team Rename wins game 1. Congrats to them. Let's head back to the board. There we go. Let's go back to port. Now, chat. Especially early in the tournament, I need to run a lot of commercial breaks to build up ad free time. So I'm going to run one now because these teams may not want the full 10-minute break in between. Okay, they can have up to 10. Most of them in the past have been going like 3 to 5. So I'm going to run a commercial break now and check on some things while that's going. Okay? Did not get a chance to get my rerun PC all set up, for example. So I want to get that going right now. There we go. Okay. If you tuned in yesterday, you saw some crazy stuff. Honestly, on both servers. I felt like the NA server stuff was a little bit more varied. I think EU kind of settled in on what they thought the meta would be, and then they just hammered it until it became the meta. Whereas I think NA was like kind of searching for the meta in all the wrong places, if that makes any sense. Some interesting ones, though. I felt it was very interesting. Okay, now, I need to check. Okay, good. So Rumble is working. Always so many things going on a tournament day, and it's especially difficult with a 5-minute delay on top of everything else. So, yeah. Yeah. It's been a day already, y'all. It's been a day already. What am I missing here? Oh, I'm missing that one. Okay. I have, for most of you guys know, I have a rerun PC. I run a rerun channel on Twitch. It's currently live right now. As a matter of fact, the giveaway is 2 hours away over there. And so on days when I'm streaming, I can actually have windows open of my stream. So I can just kind of look over at a glance and see what's going on. Make sure things are looking good for you guys. As always, if there are things that I can do to make this experience better for you, please ask, all right? Let me go back to the best of 3. See, RNAME picks up the W to start. And again, I have no idea why, because I used all this stuff that came to me. I have no idea why the map stuff looks all weird, but I don't know. I guess I could fix it. Do I have time to fix it? Maybe. Maybe. Let's see if I can fix it. Assets, maps. We have big, we have small. I wonder if what's happening is the big maps are turning into the small maps. Let's see here. Let me open big and small. And what I want to do is side by side compare these. See how they look size-wise. I have a feeling they might be the same. We shall see. For example, estuary is the same. Riposte is looking wrong. Riposte. No, they're both the same. 65 kilobyte. Interesting. Okay. The Faroe Islands, my map. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. 65 kilobytes versus 271. So maybe what was sent out was the wrong size for the maps. Interesting. 71. Yeah. All right. That's a different problem that I don't think I can solve. Because let's see. Go here, let's go here, let's go here. Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, because I dumped everything in. Now, I do have some older installs, so I might be able to find that. Let's see. So, for example, estuary versus estuary here. Oh, it's a different cap layout, though, from my old KOTS one. Okay, that won't work. What about neighbors? I don't have a neighbor. Or do I? Nope. So, we're gonna just leave it like this, I guess, and you're all just gonna have to suffer. Oh well. I suppose the other thing that I could do is... Well, if I increase the size of the map now, and then I put a different map on, then the size is going to be wrong. So, you're just going to have to deal with it. And as they're being asked if they can drop early, they are being... Yeah, I figured as much. So, while we're at it, let's learn a little bit about our teams. So, RNAME are from Europe. From 2025, kiting in spawn wins the game. Kiting is love, kiting is life. They are renamed, running Demented Strats is their name. Oh, I should probably put this screen up so you guys can see it. So there you go. Made up of German, Dutch, Belgium. I'm sorry, I don't recognize that flag off the top of my head. Ukrainian, British. Cool. And then they're up against JOBLS, Desempleados. This is a Spanish team. from 2025, and their goal is to not end up last. Well, I would assume that they have achieved that goal. They are definitely not last right now. Although they could be last in the tournament today. They could be the first knocked out. I guess that would be their definition of last in that case. I don't know. Alrighty. Translate. I want to see what desempleados means. I should know that, but I don't. This should be in Spanish. Bam. Ah, the unemployed. Okay, so that they are the jobless. Got it. Okay, cool. Alrighty then. As predicted, we have another game. Whoop. Alright, everybody, here's game 2. Just like last game, the jobless are on top. And the Norspawn bringing a two Kleber tournament editions, a Petropavlovsk without unique upgrade, a Loria, and one Odin tournament edition with secondary build. Opposing them to the south are two Kleber tournament editions, another San Martin, that's Dutch Elephant again, and two Odin tournament editions. And of course, their battleship is a Montana with Furious and without fire prevention. Sometimes we call that similar to the playing with matches build. Now, while we have a few moments as teams take their position, we could talk a little bit about the Odin Tournament Edition. Now, this guy has the same torpedoes, but it has a bit of a difference in terms of its health pool, and that's because she has a super heal. This is a little bit misleading here, but if you look at the action time and the HP per second, it heals a lot. Okay, now it also has a fast damage control team, much like the German battle cruisers have. And she also has emergency engine power and finally hydroacoustic surge. Now the emergency engine power is interesting. Her maximum speed increases by 40%. 40. These things are fast. I mean, look at these guys go. This is why I think the best build is going to be bringing heavy AP so that you burn longer but take less damage, along with fire prevention. So if you are on fire, obviously you can't be set on another fire. So these two kind of synergize well. Adrenaline Rush works. Emergency Repair Expert is huge because you get an extra charge of both your limited number of DCPs, and you also get a extra heal. And the duration of both is increased. So Emergency Repair Expert is huge for Odins. First contact. Don't really know who's trading worse right now. They're pretty evenly trading, I would suppose. What's interesting though is just like last game, the jobless put all their eggs in one basket. Look at the mini-map. Nothing is going to stop Dutch Elephant from just walking into the sea cap and taking it. That's going to put them on a point lead. That's wild. That's wild. You put all your eggs in one basket and then you can't get a kill. Eek. Eek. Lots of kind of split fire going on here. It looks like the Petro's been hammering down the Odin Tournament Edition. Now, one skill that's going to be interesting for the Odin TE is, do you take improved repair party readiness? Unfortunately, there's not a lot of room in the build. If you're going to take the heavy AP skill, then you're going to need you're going to need Adrenaline Rush. So there's really no room in the build to be able to do that. That's why Million's done that. So I have seen some players not taking the buffed AP and instead going for IRR. That's not a bad choice either, because getting one extra super heal in these boats is ridiculous. Look at all these torpedoes. RNAME has discovered that the bulk of the push is on their bulk side, but of course the jobless have brought an extra ship or two to the fight. So they are wisely kiting away. even though these torpedoes are missing, they are doing a good job of slowing down the jobless advance and also breaking up their group cohesion. Speaking of breaking up group cohesion, Madison Beer just crashes right into Clemenson. I wonder if that was on purpose to help him dodge some incoming fire. If so, that's a brilliant decision right there. And there's the extra heal. That's the final heal for this Kleber Tournament edition. And, well, if everybody's going to be over there, I guess you might as well just walk into CCAP now, too, huh? That D-72's Montana is just looking to go straight in there. Now, one thing we didn't talk about with the Kleber TE's last game is that their main battery is quite limited in range. I believe it's like 11 kilometer or something compared to the regular Kleber that's like 16 or 17 or something like that. So can't really use it as a gunboat like you could at Kleber. And that's why you typically see the torpedo being the primary weapon of the Kleber, and the main battery is going to be secondary. The Jobless have realized that their push isn't really bearing the fruit they were hoping for. They wanted to get at least one kill out of this push, and it didn't quite happen. They see the Montana going into the middle of the map, and so the Loria, of course, is under significant threat, taking a torpedo there, as well as Dutch Elephant's San Martin salvo, even the Montana getting in on this too. And a collision. Now, Dutch Elephant's going to be allowed to continue to build up his funny button for later. That might come in handy for him. In the meantime, it looks like everybody on the job list has decided, okay, we're going to stop chasing now, and we're just going to turn and try to kill whoever has overpushed, and that would be the Montana in this case. Clearly the focus target, as the Kleber is opening up with main battery reload boosted AP shells. Try to chunk off as much of the broadside of the Montana as possible. Trying to hit the upper belt and superstructure. And dead D-72 might very well be dead. His heal's about to expire. He's got 24 seconds left on his DCP. Once that's out, he can be set on fire again, and will burn a full duration. Oh look, torpedoes from Dutch Elephant San Martin, who has a broadside shot on Adru's Petropavlovsk. Dutch does get clobbered a bit by the Loria, 30,000 hit points of damage. But he doesn't care because he's in a San Martin. He's able to heal most of that Citadel damage back up again. And I'm sure he's got his funny button at the ready. Meanwhile, the Loria is quite worse for wear here. Loria probably needs to find a way to go dark. I don't know if he can or not. Be nice if there was a destroyer that could, I don't know, smoke him or something. But you'll notice that the smoke death snail thing meta isn't really happening in this tournament. Kind of a nice breath of fresh air, if you ask me. So, Loria's probably going to go down soon as well. Everybody opening up now, trying to get the attention off of their Loria teammate, who's got a heal in 35 seconds, and DCP just went down, so he ain't gonna make it. He's trying to dive the island. Too little too late for that. So, Now we're going to have an Odin TE slap fight in a moment. As the Klebears manage to grab the B cap and are probably going to walk over to C. Meanwhile, Adru's Petro is probably being sent to go and deal with Dutch Elephant San Martin, who just got another heal off. Dutch Elephant has now taken enough damage to sink his ship, but thanks to his super heals, that's not happened. Ooh, big torpedo hit by Madison there. Madison Beer, 232 hit points left. That's all he's got left. He's got no heals available. All he can do now is just luck chuck torpedoes for days and pray. Huge torpedo hit for the JOBLS. I like how they're continuing to fire torpedoes towards Dutch Elephant San Martin as well. Dutch being a little on the aggressive side here. I wonder if he's feeling the need to be aggressive because of what's happening with this team. The hard part in this game is knowing when to stop kiting. And perhaps RNAME stopped a little bit too late. But it's really hard to know when's the right time to do that. All right. Sus Inventing opening up now, trying to take advantage of Dutch Elephant's broadside. Unfortunately, the Petro is not in position to support. We have some shells coming in from the side. That's going to be the Klebear Tournament Edition. Sus Inventing trying to get in here. Gets a torp salvo off. And dies. Unfortunate. That was kind of a bad play. I think if they could have gotten the Petropavlovsk around at the same time, that could have been a really well done play there. That being said, the JOBLS now have all three of the caps. They win in under 3 minutes. Dutch popping up the radar to see if he's going to be attacked by the Petro. He is. Oh, big hit there. Big hit there. Does he have his funny button available? Does not look like it. Does not look like it. He's got 7,000 hit points to his name. This might do him right here. No. The island covers most of it. But as Dutch continues to sail away from the island, he becomes more and more vulnerable to the AP from the Petro. 242 hit points. Goes down, but Yoshi takes a torpedo for his trouble. He's also out of heals. And once again, 2 minutes remain. The only healthy ship for rename is Bernlin's Odin TE, and he's basically just going for it. Guys, I believe we're going to be going to Game 3. I just don't see a way back into it for Team Rename. Million trying to get out of the secondary range of the Odin TE because Tagia's got a full secondary build. Only thing I would change about that is I'd probably drop concealment in favor of the fire prevention, but concealment on these boats is wild. 12 kilometer. Torpedo hits Bernlin's Odin TE. A minute 45 to go. Man, RNAME's Tournament Edition Klebears really close. Geez. So if Kim had not taken Survivability Expert, probably would be dead right now. Crazy to think about. Speaking of dead right now, Bernlin's gonna do just that. Burn himself to death. He's on his way through the cap. You see, he's out of heals. And he's using his DCP. But once that's out, he will burn for full durations. Or just die to HE like that. That's fine too. So I'm gonna set up for my death pick over here. Oh wow, okay. Well, we might get this. You might, if you look carefully enough, you'll see the death pick in the distance over there. What a great game, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we are here. This is what we're here for, as we are now tied up 1-1. All right, GG over there. Just like I said before, I'm going to run a commercial break now, just to make sure we get commercials situated. What I want to be able to do is, after this game finishes, the game 3, if we have another one out there to grab, we're going to go and look for it, okay? So I do the commercial breaks early to be able to fit in space for that, essentially. Thank you again for tuning in, everybody. Hope you're having a good day so far today, a good Sunday. Let me check everything over here. Looks like everything's working okay now. I spoke too soon. Okay, there we go. There we go. Cool. All right. One of the things that I need to do, because I don't know what's going on with Puddin', I need to drop his name from the sign-up sheets. So let me do that. There's a little bit of confusion yesterday. People were waiting for Puddin' in the in the team there, and oh, come on, Google. Oh my god, really? All I want to do is delete this name. Can I? Wow. Maybe if I zoom out, I can do it? Yeah. Thank you, Google Sheets. Ay, caramba. Anyway, as you guys can see, we're doing this game here, Bob. And then from there, I signed us up for following the winner's bracket towards the bottom, essentially, okay? And then go from there. There's other people streaming the tournament today, so you can feel free to check them out if you'd like. After this is done, after the grand final ends, we will switch over to the North American side of things. I'm the only one signed up to stream North America. I was the only one doing it yesterday too. It felt so weird, so awkward, but it is what it is. I don't know. Let's talk about the rules while we're getting ready to go here. Here we go. We're on the playoffs. Best of 3 format. The losers bracket are all best of 1, just so you guys know. So if a team gets knocked into the losers bracket, the idea is they play 1 game and then they're done. We're not waiting for the losers bracket to finish before going into games. Now, that will be the case once we get to around here. Well, basically right here, because the way it works is we go from here to here, okay, and we're going to be doing down here, and then to here, and we're going to be doing here. After this is done, this is the winner's bracket final, essentially, and then we have the grand final. The grand final is going to be the winner of the winner's bracket. It goes there. And the loser of the winner's bracket then goes here to the loser's bracket final. Whoever wins the loser's bracket final goes to the grand final. So it's totally possible that the losing team from the winner's bracket goes to the loser's bracket and then comes back to the grand final. That's a possibility. What else do you guys care about here? For ships, 2 ship bans per team. Borodino, Kleber, and Odin tournament editions may not be banned at all. There are some general ship restrictions. There are a list of banned ships. You can see those here. Anytime you want to see this information yourself, you just type !KOTS, and you should have something spat out for you about that. Oh, speaking of which, let's make sure this is working. Chat, I'm going to yeet out a code. We're going to make sure that the code giveaway process is working as well. So I'm going to type in yeet and I see nothing. Okay. Something's been going on with the bot and getting this. I wonder if it's because of the 5-minute delay is messing with it. So I'm going to start my my streamer bot app again. And once it gets up and running, we will try to eat out the code, okay? We do have special codes for you all today. All you have to do is be a follower of the channel and active in chat. If you're on YouTube, Rumble, or Kick, that means you have to get over here to twitch.tv/Lord_Zath in order to get into the giveaways, okay? You have 10 minutes to enter. Due to the 5-minute delay, that means you really only have 5 minutes to enter, okay? And our giveaways for a Trident Trials More Signals container. As a reminder, as a reminder, we need 10 people active in chat for the giveaway bot to do its thing. Usually that's not a problem on tournament days. There's 50 of you guys here, so hopefully, at least 10 of you are listening to me and paying attention or paying attention to chat. I need to make a note that this goes to game 3. And we are dropping. The other thing about this is towards the top with ships here. There we go. 6 vs 6 format, tier 10 ships only. Only 1 battleship allowed. And tournament edition Odin is considered a cruiser. All right, how are we looking? Normal spawn this time. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, game 3. As predicted, these guys are very aggressive with their timings. So thank you for sticking through commercial breaks, all that good stuff. Wow. RNAME bringing on the full hurt with 4 Klebears, 2 Klebear tournament editions and 2 regular Klebears. Dutch in the San Martin, and Burnland now is in a Cecilia. Opposing them to the south, we have 2 Klebear tournament editions, a Harugumo that's going to be, yep, 420 Blaze It All build, and going to probably be hooking up with this Des Moines She's Sus Inventing, so they can make a little bit of a death snail. For Battleship, they've got Loria, and there's our Odin Tournament Edition again. Now, there are 3 Tournament Edition ships. There's the Odin Tournament Edition, the Klebear Tournament Edition, both of which you've seen plenty of already today. What eludes us is the Borodino Tournament Edition. We actually saw that more on NA yesterday than we did on EU. Still, not a very popular ship. It stands the role of the battleship. It means you're giving up whatever other characteristics you want out of your battleship to be able to run it. I took it into the training room, messed around with it yesterday on stream, both that and the Odin Tournament Edition, and I felt like the Odin Tournament Edition was just better. Plain better. And because it is in a cruiser slot, it almost makes it a no-brainer to take. Whereas Borodino, you have to make a lot of decisions, difficult decisions, if you want to take that ship. All right, I see a torpedo reload booster being used by both of these Klebear Tournament Editions. They're going to saturate the A-cap with torpedoes. And what they're doing is they're hoping that they're going to see an enemy Klebear Tournament Edition heading right over here. Of course, that's not happening. RNAME is moving all of their stuff over to the other side. So guess what? It ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter, right? Oh, that reminds me. I gotta turn Lumia stream back on. Whoops. That's something, unfortunately, I have to do manually. Good times. Good times. Anyway. RNAME going very wide with their Klebears. I think what they're trying to do is get into the backfield and, like, really cause all kinds of havoc. Got Gumo, the chain smoking Gumo, putting up smoke for the Des Moines as the 2 pasta boats detect each other and fire. Burnland taking a lot more damage in that salvo from the Loria. We just on a 3-stream streak. Look at you go. It's a weird looking model. Anyway. I can always tell when 5 minutes catches up to you guys because I see you start chatting for the giveaway. All right, well, JOBLS grabs the A cap. RNAME still has the B cap. Who here has radio location to point? Ah, Tequila. Okay, so they know that these Klebears are coming, and we're about to see contact. Gumo opening up. Interesting decision by the Gumo to open up, but okay. He's gonna absolutely take the brunt of all of this fire. If that was Tequila, I would have waited a little bit before opening up, but okay. You know, let them focus on the Tournament Edition Klebears first, and then open up. I think he was a little too eager. He's trying to go dark now, realizing the error in his ways. As Sus Inventings Des Moines says, leave my smoke biatch alone. And first blood going to the JOBLS. We were listening 5 minutes ago. Yes. Oh, you guys are great. You guys are great. Takia manages to survive with just under 4,000 hit points. Some of us just woke up. Yes, I know. I'm one of them. I did not want to get out of bed today, y'all. I almost forgot to set my alarm. Last night I went and I took a look and I'm like, oh crap, I completely forgot to set my alarm. That would have been bad. I would have been, I would have missed, would have been starting right about now. So, Drew in the Odin Tournament Edition going by himself. Curious that. Now that he's been detected, he's gonna engine boosto his way out with Hydro going. He should see the Klebear Tournament Edition torpedoes, as Burnlin is down a half hit points on his Cecilia. But Loria, PCH-29, about the same. Look at these. These guys have been just trading blows between each other. Cecilia's winning, probably because of the, just the ability to start fires or something. Let's follow this fun little salvo. Does decent damage. Torpedoes on the Loria. One connects. Cause DCP, so Lori's gonna have to back off. RNAME is completely backed off with their Klebears. So you can see the next death snail. This is gonna be huge because this is gonna allow Sus Inventings Des Moines to get in and start farming the Cecilia. Honestly, Takia needs to do this now. Takia needs to start the smoke now, and Sus needs to open up now, because PCH isn't long for this world. Burnlin sees it and immediately uses his Inky. Pops his smoke screen. Good heads-up play there. And that's going to force Burnlin to go defensive. And that'll do it for that initial engagement. I do like how Ardru is just hanging out up there to the north. Not willing to just leave. Oh. Kim Levinson and Million are now turning into the A cap. But Gabri 875 is here. He does not have radio location. Nor does Yoshizawa. But Takia does. And Takia's radio location is probably pointing right in front of him now. This can be catastrophic. So remember I said that the Klebear Tournament Editions have stealth Hydro. As soon as one gets detected, they can pop their Hydro and figure out who it is. Both Hydros are down on the TEs for the JOBLS. But Kimlinson detected, it allows people to open up. And I'm sure that Sus Inventing is, yup, turning his guns. There it goes. Cecile is shooting at Gabri's Tournament Edition Kleber. Some good connections there. But not a lot of damage done to RNAME's Kleber squad, as Sus and Venting is now changing focus back onto the Cecilia to the north. Torpedoes go right by. Bahamut's Fury, congratulations. Winning our first code of the day. Yep, a tier 10 Odin. Remember, you can type !KOTS and you can get an idea of the rule set and all that good stuff. Dutch Elephant now getting to play with an Odin Tournament Edition. Isn't he so lucky? Burnlin, oh, gets assassinated by the Loria. Tell you, the JOBLS have really good position right now. They've got really good point lead. They're up 2 ships. I think it's going to be very difficult for RNAME to get into this battle and survive and win. They're going to have to get super lucky with their torpedoes. And oh yeah, Des Moines has radar. And now, because the battleship is dead, the Des Moines can play. You can see he's just leaving the smoke right now. He's like, I don't care about this anymore. Ooh, a Drew just smacks Dutch Elephant. Let's see if Dutch Elephant gets a funny button. That's the big thing about the San Martin. You need the funny button. He's got it. He's using it. He's gonna get the heel back in 10 seconds. Adru does not have an angle except for his rear turrets right now. He's turning to get that angle. 3 seconds to go. Oh, he completely whiffs the shot. His secondaries, though, are connecting because AI gunners sometimes are better. But Dutch Elephant does get the heel off. Now he's continuing to shoot because he needs to charge up his main battery, his funny button, to try to get another. Nope, never mind. That's the problem with San Martin. Too much conditional. And unfortunately, Dutch is unable to take advantage of its abilities right there. Takia's Haragumo versus the Madison Beers Kleber Tournament Edition. Takia running out of the smoke. Now remember, the Hydro doesn't last forever. So he could actually, well, yeah, whatever. They both died. And Aduru is just gonna walk into the sea cap, and that's gonna be it. 37 seconds left in our game as there's a lone Kleber remaining. It is a regular Kleber. Million is just gonna open up and practice dodging for the next 20 seconds. I guess they're jobless, so they have plenty of time to play KOTS. This is true, Gaelic. Million is now stopping and shooting the water. He wants me to have a death pick. That's so nice of him. That's so nice of him. Unfortunately, everybody else is missing because he stopped. Lol. Oof, there we go. There we go. 1 second to go. And just on time. There's the smoke. There's the death pick. There's the continual shots. And congratulations to the JOBLS, who are the winners of this part of the quarterfinals. Alrighty. Alright, that training room has been closed. Let's see. Go to this tournament screen now. And now it's going to be a bit.